In this video, I'm going to explain exactly why your studio might not need a subwoofer. Hi, my name is Joey Sturgis and welcome to the Joey Sturgis Tones YouTube channel. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And to all my subscribers, welcome back. Don't forget to like this video and ring the bell to get notified when we upload new videos. So let's get into it. For a lot of audiophiles, adding a subwoofer to their car or home theater system is a must-have. But as an audio professional, your goals aren't the same. If you're involved with recording, producing, mixing, or mastering, your focus should be on accuracy, and that's not to say you can't have a great sounding room, but a flat, consistent room is going to go so much further than an overhyped frequency spectrum. And while a lot of us get caught up in the thirst for more gear, subwoofers are one of the worst investments that you can make in a small studio. Subwoofers focus on the very bottom of the frequency spectrum, sometimes extending just a bit further into subharmonics. If you're in a small space, there's a chance you're not going to be hearing them or feeling them accurately. Looking at the chart, you'll see that low frequencies need a ton of space to complete a full cycle. Under 100 Hz, you'll need at least 12 feet of space for the waves to cycle. And in a stadium, this isn't a problem, but in your bedroom, it could be catastrophic. Depending on your room, you'll encounter some common issues. If you're unlucky enough to be working in a room that cuts off your bass frequencies in the middle of their cycle, there's a chance that you won't hear a change in your room at all. Square rooms are the absolute worst, which is why you'll rarely see large control rooms with parallel walls. There are plenty of other issues to combat in smaller rectangular square rooms without involving a subwoofer. Don't make things even worse. In almost the opposite scenario, you could end up with way too much bass in a room as soon as you introduce a subwoofer. Certain frequencies will build up and resonate with your room, and bass content is no exception. With so many other ways to reinforce your bass that will translate well across all listening environments, there's no need to get a subwoofer to do it for you in a room that very few people will hear the song played back in. The most common issue for a lot of engineers and producers will be muddiness. And muddiness because there's no room for the sound waves to grow and fully develop. Muddiness because, their monitors are already capable of reproducing most of these frequencies. When issues like this occur, they make our task of creating clarity in a mix that much harder. As an engineer, you'll be fighting frequencies and problems that just don't really exist and wasting tons of effort that could be better spent on other elements of the mix. If you're looking to add definition to your low end, consider looking a bit higher. A lot of the definition in your bass and kick drum comes from the mid-range frequencies on their attack. It's where a beefy bass guitar gets its bite and where your kick cuts through the mix. Find ways to boost these for clarity without overpowering other elements of your mix, and you'll become less reliant on thinking you need massive amounts of low frequencies coming from a subwoofer to make your mix sound good. And if you still think they could use a boost, try using a bass synth like Sub Destroyer to solidify your low end. If you do have a large enough room to justify a subwoofer, you'll need to be ready for some serious calibration. Calibration doesn't actually start with matching a sub to your room, but with matching the subwoofer to your speakers. Take a look at the technical specs of your speakers before you consider adding a subwoofer to your setup. Some speakers limit the control you have over the frequency range, but a lot of them will let you adjust the crossover or at least a high pass filter. When integrating a subwoofer, you'll want to make sure that you set the high pass to a frequency that minimizes the overlap between the speakers and the sub. Using your ears is a good starting point, but to really nail it, you'll want to calibrate with a noise generation, microphone, and spectrum analyzer. There are many standards that you can tune your setup to, but starting with pink noise and setting up a comfortable volume level are both good starting points for beginners. So where do you stand on subwoofers? Have you realized that they're just one more piece of overpriced gear? Do you have a setup that's been calibrated and you just can't mix without one now? For me, the big question is always, how can I put my money to use that's going to make the biggest impact on my workflow? And as a producer, I can name a handful of plugins I'd take over considering a subwoofer, even in a large studio. Join the discussion on subwoofers with us over at Joey Sturgis Tones forum. We're always open for some debate. JST VIP members get access to knowledge just like this, exclusive courses, tutorials, plugins, but they also get direct access to pro mix crits from yours truly. If you're struggling with the mix, log in and submit it and I'll tell you exactly what's working and what's not, and show you exactly what you need to do to take your mix to the next level. You can sign up for this program today, the link is in the description below, or just go to joeysturgistones.vip/join and we'll see you there. That's all for now, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. If you got another audio buddy who would love this content, please share it. Hit the bell to get notified when we upload new videos, and don't forget to check the link in the description below before you go. You're the best. We'll see you soon.